Welcome back to 25 North, everybody. It is I, Jason, your GM for this raucous adventure through the Indigo Isles, in particular, Gold Crop Island. And with me, as always, we have the crew. Say hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Rachel's not joining.
I refuse to participate in such tomfoolery.
Nah. But it's raucous, and we're adventurers.
Just try it. Maybe it'll feel good.
No.
I just realized that
like
this
fun.
island is only 45 miles across.
We could force march across it in like a day and a half.
Well,
It's not that big.
Assuming you don't, have to walk through difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Does the chasm count as difficult terrain?
You can't cross the chasm.
Not with that attitude.
You weren't here for episode 1. Or
I
for
sure wasn't.
book 1.
Yeah,
when
we
they
went
actually had to
that.
cross the chasm.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, they had to do a thing to cross the chasm. But no, I start chemotherapy this week, and I just found out that chemotherapy takes about 6 to 8 hours. So I need to figure out what to do for 6 to 8 hours. I mean, I could bring a book. There's that, but I could also probably do like a remote play for my PS5.
You could.
You can marathon Lord of the Rings.
I could do that with my laptop.
See, there you go.
The real question is, how many screens do you want active while you're hanging out?
Yeah.
Because once we get into multitask territory, that's where you're talking to me. So yeah, I'm all for it. Okay, so we get a game going. We'll watch Lord of the Rings, and we all like books. Have you considered the audio format at the same time as Lord of the Rings?
But how would you be able to hear the movie?
It's called subtitles.
Oh, fair. You know what? You're right. I'm sorry.
I do it all the time. I won't lie.
I just think with Lord of the Rings, I want to hear that. I want to hear that musical score.
That soundtrack is real good.
Yeah, I want to hear that. I don't want to hear the audiobook potentially interfering with it, because then I'm going to only associate that audiobook's audio with Lord of the Rings.
Okay, so scratch Lord of the Rings. What else can we put on? You could watch start in on, there's 18 seasons of 24?
Oh, shit. Yeah. It's a good background show.
I could pick back up on my One Piece.
That's
watch.
perfect. One Piece.
There
You've now found the perfect opportunity to watch One Piece.
That's a good way to kill a
during
day.
chemotherapy.
Yeah, during chemotherapy.
It's also, it gives you, right now is a good time to catch up. It's on like a 8-month break.
Yeah,
Nice.
you've got time.
So right now is a good time. For anybody
Yeah,
who
I mean, my
hasn't started,
chemo was supposed to be 4 cycles each, 6 weeks between each cycle. So if they only give me the minimum and I'm in complete remission by the end, I'll be back to work probably in March.
Okay.
But if they, give me one more cycle, then mid-April. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, only time will tell.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's what I've been up to, other than just trying to figure out what I'm going to do for chemo. We do have to do hero points, but real quick, how is Dragon Ball?
Oh, it's super fun.
We just finished watching
super.
Yeah, we just finished watching Dragon Ball Z Abridged.
DBZ Kai?
Yes.
The Team 4-star version.
Okay.
The best way to watch that show, because oh my god, it was so good. It was so
What, you
fun.
don't want to watch Goku getting a driver's license?
I mean, technically you did though. Like we technically did in for like a second or two of DBZA.
Have you ever heard of Dragon Ball Z Abridged before, Jason?
No, I only know DBZ Kai.
Oh, so Dragon Ball Z Abridged is a parody. They go through the beginning all the way through to the end of Cell Saga, and it's extremely funny. They're just riffing on the entire universe and all the characters and everything. It's a
been on the
great time.
internet for a solid 12 to 15 years.
Yeah.
There's also a Last Airbender unabridged, done in the same fashion.
I do want to give fair warning, though. A lot of those early season episodes did not age well.
They're
Not
real
only
rough.
from technical malfunctions and difficulties, but also some of the jokes that they make are not necessarily okay to make nowadays.
Some
And
of the jokes that they
acknowledge
made
that.
then really show the internet culture for that time era extremely well.
Yeah.
Especially the internet culture that would have been ingesting something like Dragon Ball Abridged.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But Xander Mobus is in it. Who
He
is
is.
one of the voice actors of Joker and also the Smash Brothers announcer.
And Jimmy Firecracker.
Also, Jackson's in the movie, guys. He's so fun.
Oh, wow. A big one.
He's
Like,
in
we
the
watched it
original.
on Halloween?
The
We
original?
actually watched the day before.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
the
original.
original one.
So he didn't even meet Jason.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Oh,
I
it's so
I
good.
like the movie a lot. I do like a lot of what it did. I'm mad about the snake. Genuinely, I'm mad about the snake. But I do like the fact that it was a horror movie where all of the kills happened completely independent of the cast knowing. Like, none of the kills got found until the killer wanted them to be found, and I really liked that. That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I like
good.
Pamela Voorhees so much. I think she's a crazy lady. And I love her.
Dude, I think you'll really like Halloween.
Oh,
The
he's
original.
gonna adore
Yeah.
Halloween. I had
That's
I
on the
think
list.
I think you're
Yeah.
gonna love the original Halloween.
I had him watch this one first, just because he was like, "Oh, which one should I watch?" And I was like, "Let's have you watch the Boy Scout one first, because
Yeah.
It's got to be either that or Nightmare on Elm. If you're going to start somewhere on the classics, it's got to be either Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm.
Yeah.
Or, honestly, Halloween's also, I'd say, a good contender for big three classics without going deep, like Texas Chainsaw, Exorcist, Candyman, Pet
Carrie.
Cemetery, Carrie, Christine.
But
Yeah,
I think it
last-
makes you.
so good.
But I think
last-
it makes you appreciate the Godfather, and that is John Carpenter, so much more.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
he's so
when
good.
you've seen Nightmare and Friday,
Mhm.
then you just realize, oh, holy shit, John Carpenter is amazing, and
Yeah.
and you can't compare to John Carpenter. I'm
Don't
sorry, I'm a John Carpenter stand, so
Listen, the thing is good.
I appreciate you, Nightmare, and I appreciate you, Wes Craven. I appreciate you, and Friday the 13th. I appreciate you, but come on, it's John Carpenter.
Yeah, I respect it, but I think from a standpoint on impact on horror movies on a whole, I think Friday, Nightmare, definitely were some of the big players that came out in that strong 80s surge. Other than, I guess, we also got Child's Play, Leprechaun,
Yeah,
But dude,
the
they got
infamous Trolls 2.
and John Carpenter did The Thing.
he did do
That's
the thing.
true.
That's one of Jackson's favorite movies.
Oh yeah, I love
Like-
the thing.
Come on, it's The Thing.
It's
in
true.
the mouth of madness.
See,
Yeah, last
Jackson,
Halloween we got to see Nightmare on Elm Street and also
And Scream.
Scream.
Nice.
Oh,
both good. Both
you should
very
watch.
good.
You should watch New Nightmare, and then watch Scream.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you get really into what Wes Craven was doing with meta.
Oh, so good. So good. Also, Jackson, now that it is around November time, we can now watch Thanksgiving.
True.
We're just going to start watching all of the themed horror movies that have come out for all the holidays, like Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Is there
Black
a
Christmas?
Really
Valentine's?
make you hate a lot
Black-
of holiday movies.
Black Christmas is amazing.
Oh,
Like
Black
the original,
Christmas is great.
the original one. Yeah,
While not horror adjacent, for an offbeat Christmas movie, it's, oh God, can't believe I'm recommending this already. A Violent Night. It's a newer one.
yes,
Ooh.
Boy,
yes.
I really enjoyed it. It's like the Santa Claus meets Die Hard.
Yep.
With
Ooh.
the guy from Stranger Things and Hellboy, whose name
David
I can't
Harbour.
remember. Yeah.
I've never seen Die Hard.
You make me fucking sad. You make me sad. I am your
That means you
soon-to-be
weren't-
wife, and you make me sad.
Anyways, 0 points, right?
Time for you to start correcting behavior.
No.
Yep.
You got the ring you wanted. Now it's time to form Jackson. As far as I know, that's how it works.
Yeah,
I'd have to wait for the legal documents to go through first.
yeah. Once the legal documents
yeah.
are through, then that's when I get to like
Or-
strap him into the
Or you
chair
have
and
to
we
live
just watch
together
movies.
for a couple years so that at least you have the common law basis.
I think technically we're common law in Texas because there's a lot of like very loose requirements for common law. Honestly, one of them is just you consider each other husband and wife is enough. And it's like, okay, interesting.
Interesting.
All right. Who is rolling a d4?
I can.
Go.
2. The deuce.
The dose.
We're going with Timothy.
Oh my god.
Nice.
All right.
I'm
Get a
giving my
hero
wife a
point.
hero point.
11. Roll me an 11, Timothy.
Okay, hold on. Roll D. 11.
All right. This is a new one from Caleb. Caleb just submitted this a couple days ago. Says, take the fate of the Indigo Isles into your own hands and please roll again.
Thank you. I might need it here soon. Who knows?
It's true. You might.
All right.
Yeah, that message seems to be prophetic.
I can roll the next D4.
Do it.
All right. Here we go.
2. That's a Vesuviac.
What is this? Oh my god, love win.
Let's go.
Vesuviac. Roll me a D15.
Ooh. All right.
12. All right, this one comes from Mongo. Mongo says, here's a poem of heroism for you. Hopefully, it keeps someone alive or unalive if you don't like them.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Alrighty, Roo. So, yeah, you go ahead and roll me the next D4 there, Jackson.
Oh,
Thank
I
the Lord.
rolled one. Trying to break the cycle of love. That was a 1. I don't know if it helped, but
A 1, you say?
it was a 1.
That's a Zaba.
Oh, hey.
It's self-love.
Self-love. The only kind of love Zaba knows.
That's a D10 for me, bud. Roll me D10.
That is a 5.
All right, this one comes from Caleb again. Thank you, Caleb.
Caleb, the man.
The myth, the
myth, the
legend.
legend.
Caleb says, ribbit, ribbit, time to kill again.
It is the true songs of the Song of the Toads. They are
boy.
singing out in the air for our deaths, not for mates. It's a myth.
Here
well,
I go
thank
kill
you
it
so
again.
much, everybody. That is our hero points for this group of episodes. Who wants to tell our listeners how they can submit hero points?
I can. I'll tell them. Hey, listen to me for a second. So, we've talked about that Patreon thing at the end of episodes. You probably skip over it because it's at the end. I don't blame you. But I'm going to do it right now. Come check us out on Patreon. We got a couple tiers. They're low. Get some early access to our side shows. And it gives you the ability to submit hero points. Whereas proven in the last batch of them, you can make us say whatever you want. As long as it's, above board. Gibberish, poetry. You want to just get a message out to one of us? Send in that hero point over at our Patreon. Thank you.
Well, there you go. Now you know how to do it, folks. So I would like to see some folks, some more hero points submitted.
Maybe
But
it'll
until
get
then-
so intense towards the end of the adventure that Jason will start, every 2 episodes. Just like, hey, you guys need this refresh or else you're all dead and I want to finish the book. Make it so there's so many that Jason has to consider that now that I've wished it into existence.
Just an
Do it as a
absolute
gift to me.
C.
Ooh, you want to give us hero points? You want to give us hero points so bad.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's already winter. It's already winter here. The sun's out for like 4 hours a day. Got to give me a win, people.
Give it to Corey. Corey deserves
Yeah.
it.
Do it for me. Do it to keep back the winter. Check us out at Patreon.
All right.
I'm just now imagining someone printing out a tiny photo of Zaba and framing it on their desk. Do it for him.
It's in a beautiful ornate frame.
Do it for him. Keep back the winter.
The new tagline of Zaba.
Zaba, do it for him.
True fact. You are not finding Zaba anywhere near the land of the Linnorm. He is not a northern guy. A little bit cold for him up there, that's for sure.
Same.
All right, here we go. So last we left off, you guys finished chapter 9. Can you believe it?
That's crazy.
Wait, chapter 9 of book 3?
Oh, chapter 9
of the entire thing.
of the
Okay.
entire
Yeah.
adventure.
I'm like, what the fuck? We just started.
Yeah, we're speedrunning it, didn't you know?
Yeah, Jackson, you came in on chapter 5.
Okay.
Now you finished chapter 9. We only have 3 more chapters left in this book. We are barreling towards the end. But at the end of chapter 9, you made it through the caves and found your way out into looking upon a desert as you came out of the caves. There is a vast desert ahead of you. And the tracks lead out into the desert. So at this point, I think really the only option is to stock up. Because I don't think you guys are prepped. I don't think you guys have any shit for desert travel.
Definitely not.
So this is the GM not so subtly hinting that maybe you should go stock up for desert travel and possibly prepare.
Let's go do that. Hey, GM, I go do that.
I go do that too.
Yeah.
No, I'm just going to go right into it. All right?
It's the desert. How dangerous can it be?
No.
Sam.
I still have a vial of unusual liquid. I'm invincible.
Yeah,
No.
and this is what would be when I remind Corey that you have to separate player knowledge from character knowledge. I know Corey is a survivalist, and he probably knows how to survive a desert.
Not very well. Deserts suck.
Well, I mean, but somewhat
Yes,
more than
I
the
could-
normal person.
I think I could last 3 or 4 days instead of like the 1 or 2. I'd probably double my average survival, and that's part of that stubbornness and thinking I know how to survive. The other half is withering in the shade somewhere. The desert is not terrain I am built for and don't plan to ever get lost in.
It's not. It's not the northern alpine forests that
It
you
is
probably
not.
could.
It is not my favorite terrain. That is for sure. Give me a swamp. Give me a bog. Give me a forest.
Give you a tundra.
Oh, tundra? There's so many tubers.
But yeah, so heading back to Realm Plank.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's get her stuck. Let's get what we need.
I am
Yeah.
currently going through the divine spell list for things that might be a good idea.
Yeah, can you make us water
Crazy.
and shit?
Yep, create water,
Food.
cleanse cuisine.
I hear Lunar can make, or Timothy can make a tree now, so that's probably handy. Just
Yeah,
rest
we-
under it.
That's
I'll
shade.
make one
Well,
tree.
wasn't there? Didn't you have that safe passage spell now?
I do. I still have safe passage, and I also have gentle breeze. So hey, we can have a nice flowing.
Perfect.
We can have nice
Hey,
airflow.
you might be surprised how important that is.
Honestly, no. Hey.
Climate, like environmental checks are definitely a thing in Pathfinder.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
No. Safe hazard or safe passage is gonna be useful.
I find it very funny that on my spell list I have both cleansed cuisine and putrefy food and drink.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
it goes both ways.
there's you could be a holy cleric and an unholy cleric.
You threw up in someone's food. That's how you putrefied it.
Listen, I feed my allies the good food, and then I feed my enemies what they think is good food.
It's one of those things where it's just like we know why Vesuviac has a sore tummy.
I
Makes
channel
sense.
that into the
I
food.
cast the wrong spell. Sorry, guys.
I cast upset tummy.
Is
that like a modified version of Ray of Sickness?
Like a letter apart from each other. It's so confusing.
I don't know why I put them both on the same page next to each other.
Zaba prepares kill with sword, kill with spear, and kill with hammer as his standard. And I guess, he'll rations, excess water. He's got that bag of holding on him, so he's still got quite a bit of capacity.
Yeah. Should one of us make like a survival check to figure out if we need anything else?
Well, it's funny you mentioned that because right as you are prepping, the king and queen of Rumplank send you a royal messenger who comes with a missive saying, we've heard about your exploits, finding the trail, and we hope that you will be willing to follow that trail and continue the search. They aren't the only ones who appear to have gone missing either. The Chromatic Queen is already yours, and it's certainly an option for you to give up here, but we dearly hope you'll choose to continue onward. If you're willing to search, we'll provide you with mounts and a magic bag filled with as many non-perishable provisions as we can fit. Enough for all of you and for any of the missing people you find and recover. With the city in recovery from the fires, it'll take some time to liquidate any more funds from our royal assets and holdings. But we assure you, you will be richly rewarded for your bravery upon your return. Just follow the trail onward and see where it leads. And if you find some of the kidnapping victims, and they aren't all together, use your best judgment as to whether it's safe to send them back unescorted or have them continue with you until you find the rest. Obviously, our priority is our children, but, of course, we hope you can save everyone.
Yeah.
So that is the missive that they are willing to provide you.
So that's pretty good. For Zaba would remember this, just Corey the player is struggling too. Is Kalupi gone as well?
Yes, both the prince and the princess have been kidnapped.
Yeah, I think it's probably hard to tell because Zaba's generally a dick to Kalupi, but he really likes the guy and wants him to succeed. So yeah, that's probably why he's tagging along at this point.
And basically the bag of holding is a type 2. I mean,
cool.
They're not
same as what
bags
Zaba has. Yeah,
bags of holding anymore, but spatial pouch or something like that.
I think it's spacious pouch, yeah.
But inside of it are 250 water skins filled with clean water and 250 weeks worth of rations.
Damn.
Okay. All right, so I could create food off my spell list.
Well, I don't know. You might need it still.
I'll keep it just in case.
I mean, doesn't hurt.
Curious what kind of mount they're providing that's big enough for Zaba.
It's my
two
chair.
camels.
It's my float from the parade. Held aloft by 45 Gamayan workers.
They don't need food or water. It's fine.
Yeah,
Well, that's why there's so many rations in the bag.
exactly.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna redo my spell list so that way I can have survival in mind. Oh boy. Question is, how many times should I prepare things like create food and water?
That's up to you, dude.
One
Yeah, that's up to
casting
you
provide
because you
enough
could
for the
definitely
day.
subsist, which is a survival action where you basically somebody goes out and tries to find food.
I think I have bonuses to that because I'm an expert tracker. I would have to check.
Okay, I'll at least keep a couple things then. Don't need that. I'll keep around one preparation of create water and one preparation of create food. Just in case, but hopefully we won't need it. feel like the only situation in which we need is if shenanigans happen and our mount dies with the food.
We can carry. Yeah, we're going to carry the bag anyways. So.
Yeah.
And we can always eat the mounts if things get really desperate.
Is it safe to drink holy water?
The body be blessed. Amen.
Maybe for some of you.
Yeah, it probably would be good for Zaba.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
Zab would have the worst upset tummy.
It'd be on the outside.
Yeah, but I would assume that you'd probably want camels for your mounts.
Yeah,
Makes
that's a good
sense.
idea.
Yeah.
Do they make Zaba-sized camels?
They put him next to a shrink ray and they make them bigger.
Nice.
Or larger ray.
There is a mount section in Archives of Nethys.
Where's the
Let's see here.
Just a big old centipede.
Oh shit. Sandworm!
In typical Pathfinder fashion, there are a ton of various mounts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I feel like a dragon riding a camel is absurdity at its finest.
It's all right. All I have in my head is the Zaba wants a giant toad.
I love
which
that.
Yeah. So, no, if they got like a big honking camel, that's fine. We're
Camel's
good.
been to the gym. It's completely fucking jacked.
Yeah, it's like like a heavy horse essentially.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm just picturing that one like genetically modified pig from Family Guy that Stewie has.
Oh, God.
It has fists.
Yeah, so there is a so as long as the animal companion has the mount trait, you could be the same size.
Yeah, okay.
And the camel can be medium or large, so you can get a large camel.
Oh, my
Perfect.
God.
Easy enough. They are the animal best suited for the desert.
Yeah.
We'll get what's a group of camels called?
That's it. Not a herd.
Herd?
So you have a new name.
Would it be herd?
Well, now,
Train.
a train of camels has passed by the Sahara Desert.
A gaggle of camels.
I don't know. I have
Hold
no
on.
idea.
I'm looking it up.
Caravan.
It is a caravan.
A
Or
caravan.
Caravan of camels.
Train
Okay,
or
okay.
herd.
Okay, so they do
Caravan,
have a
flock,
fun
train,
name.
herd. It's a fun name.
Yeah,
A
a caravan
herd
of
of
camels.
Does the merchants within town have access to elixirs of life?
Absolutely.
Cool. I
Should a few of
buy
those.
3 of them if that's all right.
Rumplank is a level 9 settlement. So you have access to level 9 common items.
Perfect.
I should probably get another one of those. Probably get like 2 more of those.
Should we all buy some of those?
I think we should. Tends to
How
be
much are
like have
they?
them on our person.
And by the way, you guys get 8 camels in your caravan
Oh shit!
because
So we got snack
obviously
camels.
your kidnappees are going to need camels as well.
Yeah.
Do they know how many people have gone missing?
No, they just decide to double.
More. Okay.
Trying to manage any more livestock than that with a small group is hard anyways.
Yeah.
Especially if we want to move with any speed.
Yeah, I was just thinking more like, when would we know that our job is done and we found everybody?
Yeah, I think it's more just save the princess and save the prince, and if you find anybody else that claims to be from here, call it good.
I'm also buying 2 elixir of life.
Yeah. 2 of us was like. What the shit did I do?
Personally, I have found the easiest way is just to go to your inventory page on your character sheet, click on the magnifying glass next to consumables, then type in life, and it'll show you the elixirs of life there, and just make
That's
sure you...
so much smarter. Oh my god! I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm looking at this and I'm like, I'm dying, Scoob. How the fuck did I do that?
And then it'll list the cost and what level. So I got 2 level 5 elixirs of life for 30 gold each.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Anything else anybody can think of that we need before we go?
Honestly, it sounds like the
Searching.
crown's got us covered pretty dang good. Maybe a
Yeah.
tent if we have any way to put up shelter.
Yeah, tent seems smart.
Because it is a desert, and desert conditions at night are unpredictable and scary.
All
Yeah,
right.
you're not high enough level for like Magnificent Mansion or
Sadly not. I mean, I do have one spell that I just got access to that might actually be useful for this. Fucking Peaceful Bubble.
how long does that last?
24 hours.
There you go.
Give us a little oasis.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe maybe you have Sylvan Hideaway. I can't remember if that's a Pathfinder spell or if that's also a 5e1.
I can look back through my spell list for divine spells and see if there's anything that can provide shelter. I don't remember seeing one, though. I can cast up to level 4. Let's see.
Oh, it doesn't actually. Peaceful Bubble doesn't actually do anything for environmental effects.
The most it does is that it just makes sure that you guys don't have the doom combustion. It lowers it down a little bit.
That's really nice, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Grab the tent. They're fairly cheap, and we had that ooze treasure that hadn't been allocated yet.
Okay. I have a question about the Soothing Spring spell.
Hmm.
It effectively sounds like it makes a hot tub or like a hot spring that we can chill out in. But I'm not seeing anything in the spell stating whether or not the water is drinkable. Because it says it's mineral-rich water, and if people soak in the hot spring or bask in the mud from the bottom of the pit, they gain hit points and feel refreshed, losing a fatigued condition. But I'm not seeing anything about whether or not it's potable water.
I would say probably not if it doesn't say it.
Yeah, it says
Okay.
it's mildly sulfurous, which isn't always great.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'll still grab that because being able to kill fatigue is probably a good idea.
Especially if you're
Which is a
marching.
pretty cool spell.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you're going to be marching, that's, yeah.
Still looking to find anything that could be shelter related. Otherwise, how much does a tent cost? We'd probably want to get 2 tents, or maybe
Yeah,
we want to get tents
four-person
for the
tent
people.
was fairly cheap.
Okay. Yeah, because we should probably get enough for us plus the people that we're going to be rescuing, just in case we do want to send them back on their own. That way they're not without shelter and actually have a chance to get back.
Yeah, they're only 5 gold pieces each, so
That's
easy
not
enough to
bad.
grab 2.
I've got 15 if you need to draw from my purse for that.
Yeah, I'll just
It's all
settle
that
up.
buys knickknacks. He has no money to offer.
Well, while folks are doing that, anybody who wants to can roll me a nature check or an Indigo Isles geography check.
I'm
Secret.
good at your check. Do that.
Secret, please.
Yes, sir. Here you go. Also, are your dice different, Corey?
Yeah, I keep changing them, hoping that they'll get better.
I was like, saw it. I'm like, those look really cool.
I was saying to everybody else before we got recording, I finally joined an in-person game for the first time in my life, and I roll like garbage there as well with real physical dice. So I'm glad to know that at least I'm consistent at anything.
I like to think that your physical dice are jealous of your digital dice.
My digital dice have gotten a lot more use, but I've also spent a lot of time cursing them. So maybe they just osmosized all that negative juju, and I need to like bask them in the moon under, in vials full of waterfall water or something.
So, what you're able to realize, Timothy, is that the Crackbeak Desert, Crackbeak Salt Desert, was not always inhospitable. In fact, in centuries past, the salt pan was a large lake. Rivers flowing from the mountains to the west carved canyons in the rock as they continued to supply the lake with fresh water. But seismic shifts redirected much of the water, causing evaporation to outpace the addition of fresh water during the dry season. building an ever-growing crust of minerals on the ground. And with less water, plants died, wind patterns changed, and the crackbeat salt desert was formed. Today, salt storms carry particles of salt and sand to new areas, gradually expanding the arid region, while few strange and dangerous creatures find their home in this toxic environment. During the dry season, which happens to be the season that you guys are in right now, most of the little remaining water evaporates, leaving a layer of salt that further dries the air, making life almost impossible for creatures who haven't adapted to a high tolerance of salinity. Still, there are a few pockets of water remaining. These pockets come from a combination of natural variations in geological structures and disturbances to an underground layer caused by the burrowing of thirsty drill worms.
Okay.
And while the water in these pools are generally too salty for unfiltered human consumption, it is clean enough for sea-dwelling creatures to survive in it. So there are tiny white crustaceans that feed on salt-tolerant algae that provide food to seabirds that pass over the island.
Okay.
That is what you know.
That is good to know. So I at least will let all of the party members know that at least. Would you, because of the information I know, would it be a good idea to pick up face coverings?
It wouldn't hurt.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like, I think first and foremost, Timothy's obviously investing in a new album for himself, Natch, Avi. But I think a face covering might be one of the things that he does pick up, because he already has the room goggles that he has. He might actually wear those a little bit more in the desert as a means to help protect his eyes. And I think he'll probably give the team at least that information of like, hey, sand and salt's going to be flowing all over the place. It might be best to pick up something to help cover your mouth or, help you actually be able to see.
Sounds good. I think several of us have... I think everybody has perception goggles, technically, and a couple... Timothy and Syl have bandana... I guess bandanas maybe neckerchiefs of intimidation, so...
Oh yeah, I have my husk scarf.
I found one more spell that actually looks like will really help us out in the case that our dice roll like shit tonight. I found the spell Show the Way. It's a 3rd level spell, and if I cast it for 8 hours, myself and all allies in the area gain preternatural words, knowledge of the path ahead, allowing you to intuit the best way forward and avoid potential obstacles such as difficult or confusing terrain. So if we get lost, that actually might really come in clutch to get us unlost.
Yeah. That's good.
You can do some crazy things with magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we load up.
And you're going to start tracking?
Well, I guess we'll check in on Gus, make sure he's, being taken care of.
Yeah.
In his cursed form, and then hit the dusty trail, yeah?
Oh, yeah, he's fine. He's having the hardest time trying to light his pipe.
No.
God damn.
No.
But the guard lights it for him.
Yeah, I was going to say, Zob will slide his one remaining gold piece to somebody to just, hey, he's going to need help, lighting his pipe and wiping his ass, I know it's not much, but there'll be more when I get back. You got this.
All right. But yeah, who wants to roll me their first survival check for tracking? So give me those secret survival checks, folks.
Oh, Zaba would love to.
Is there only one of us?
No. I mean...
Why not? I have a plus 12 to survival.
I would probably... There. Okay. Experience tracker.
Yeah.
I just wanted to read exactly what it said. Okay.
This would be the track action?
Yes.
And it's secret. Got it. I'll go for it.
Oh, jeez. I didn't hide it, but I don't think it's going to matter.
Well, thank goodness for Vesuviac, because that is a success.
For you.
Because as you head out into the Crack Beak Salt Desert, Vesuviac leads the way for the first stint, and you are immediately pummeled with wind as salt and sand starts, pummeling you and pricking at your any exposed skin that you might have. And if you had any exposed skin, that immediately reminds you, you know what, let's cover up. Because after a while, it starts hurting. But you do avoid getting lost, and you do continue on in the most efficient path possible. As Vesuviac, I'm assuming you cast Know the Path, right?
Yeah, no reason not to.
Yeah, it lasts 8 hours.
Yeah. Oop, there it is.
Or show the way, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you make it through. It's midday, so the glare of the sunlight is bright, and the desert sand, the salt pans make it really hard to see. Any of you who aren't native to desert regions find this really kind of tough to take. But you begin your journey, and much of the actual edge of this desert at this point is just scrublands. It's not actual real sandy flat desert yet. A lot of it's just the scrub. So it's rocky, it's rugged, it's dotted with those shrubs. You know what I'm talking about, like the salt desert resistant shrubs. This is the furthest west that most rum plankers would actually dare to actually travel out to. And because of this, a lot of the shrubs and herbs here could potentially provide some value. Anybody who's trained in survival would know this. That which I believe all of you are, right?
I'm
Except for
actually
maybe
untrained.
Timothy?
Yeah, I'm untrained.
Yeah, I think Timothy's the only one that wouldn't know this, but the other three, you would know that these, as you pass them, these shrubs and these herbs could potentially provide some value to some apothecary back in Rumplank if you wanted to spend a couple hours gathering them.
It feels like a on the way back thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Do we want to potentially focus on traveling primarily by night to avoid some of the heat effects of traveling through heat at day?
Is it hot enough that we need to worry about it? Or is it just a dismal salt flat, essentially, that's still fairly temperate?
Yeah, it's mostly just the salt. It's not so much the heat as it is the
glare and the salt itself.
Yeah, the glare, the salt, the wind,
dryness. Got it.
The dryness, yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
And the sunburn.
Well, I got dragon scales. I'm not sure if that really matters.
And you're also have resistance to fire, so.
Zob is using a whole different set of eyelids you guys don't usually see him use.
Yeah, Vesuviac's probably thriving out in this, honestly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, finally, it's hot again.
Other than all the little pieces of salt and stuff building up between your scales.
That would be annoying. Actually, no, you
Very
do got
itchy.
a good point.
Yeah, you're going to need a deep scrub when we're done. Your hot tub might come in handy.
Oh my god.
So after about an hour, leaving the scrublands, you and the camels make it a little bit deeper into the desert. And this is when you come across what I could only describe as the strangest collection of plants you might have ever seen. Because amid this white, arid, barren patch of land, now that the scrublands are gone, you see these long stems sprouting from these cracks that are tipped with these colorful round pods. And with near the cracks, you find these pockets of groundwater that these plants seemingly seem to be drinking from.
Okay. It seems suspicious. Do I know anything of these strange stems or plants or...
Oh, give me a nature check.
Are the tracks leading towards the plants?
No, yeah, the tracks are leading past these plants.
Can I also do a nature check as well?
Yeah, anybody who wants to.
Secret?
Yeah, it's a recall knowledge. Nature recall knowledge check. So yeah, just give me a secret nature check.
Gotcha.
So I'm thinking if the tracks go past these and continue forward, we might just want to like walk around these if we can't tell what they are, just avoid the trouble.
Well, Timothy, that's a critical success.
Give me that
Just
lore,
know-
baby.
I rolled 2, and I definitely didn't roll good. I can't
No.
see it, but I know it was bad.
You rolled well. You rolled a success. Timothy got
okay,
a critical. If there was such thing as a double critical, Timothy got a double critical.
Are you
God
serious?
Damn.
Yeah.
Nat
Go
20?
back to being cursed, Timothy.
Dude, I'm putting back better than ever, dude.
So Timothy, what you realize that this is what's known as a water weed. And you know that water weeds are also that what they do is they funnel salt from whatever water they're drinking into the end of their stalks, and they fall off when they grow too heavy. So those pods
Yeah.
are just like pods of salt.
Okay.
This is probably the most important thing. You know that while waterweed groves are a sight for sore eyes in a salt desert, just because you're able to like funnel out the salt and basically drink from if you want to crack it out, you can basically suck the stalk like a straw because it filters out the salt.
Oh.
There's also carnivorous plants known as pistol weeds that also look very, very similar to waterweed, except that it requires nutrients that it cannot obtain from sun and soil alone. Pistol weeds usually get these nutrients in the rainy season by making when living creatures are more prevalent, and they never pass up an opportunity to feed because they're carnivorous.
I see. Okay. So Timothy will relay this information to the party, just what he has gathered about this. And I want to make sure I heard that correctly too, before I got all this information. There were pairs of footprints leading to these things, right?
Yeah, the tracks go past this, yes.
Oh, okay. And from what I know, because of the critical success, this is not the carnivorous version, this is the regular version?
Correct.
Okay, cool.
There are carnivorous versions, but those only show up during the rainy season when there's actual
Right.
creatures around.
Exactly. So because it's non-rainy season, from what we've gathered, Timothy's probably going to grab like maybe 1 or 2 of these things, just so we can at least have them as water sources.
Yeah, you would just need to find a source of groundwater.
Yeah,
It's like a life straw.
basically. Yeah, like Timothy will just put a few of these in his pocket and be like, "All right, cool. We got some cool straws for us, guys." Critical success on this. I feel really good about myself. Oh my god! Wait a minute. My desert knowledge is finally coming back to help out from when I got drunk that one time.
Oh my god, yes. Guys, it's just like I told you.
That's what we can say. That's what we can say was your source of inspiration.
Absolutely, it was.
Old Woody came in clutch.
Oh my god! It's Chekhov's wedding.
No, that's an entirely different kind of game we're playing.
Yeah, that's true.
I was about to say, that sounds dirty.
All right. Now it's about evening when you make it, and the salt flats start to how do I want to say this? Start to fade away a little bit into what appears to be an oasis of clear, fresh water. Now, let me actually show you here on the map.
Oh, cool. Cool.
All right. For some reason, we still haven't gotten rid of that aura on Vesuviac. I don't know why. But as you start mounting over the sand dune, you come across what looks like an oasis.
Yeah, would you look at that? The sun is going down and we find the place to sleep. I bet there is only like 6 or 7 serpent cultists or, like soft salt god monoliths or whatever, this place has. We kill them and we're all good to go.
The weirdest thing is that jutting out from the edge of the land out into the water is this cylinder. It's this strange cylinder that, let me see here, it's probably, let me get my measurement tool out and I'll tell you exactly how wide it is. It's about 40 feet across. That's about a 40-foot diameter cylinder.
So it's pretty girthy is what you're telling us. Got it.
It's a girthy cylinder.
Is it like a tower?
Yeah, it's I would say so.
Interesting.
Well, let's go say hello.
I mean, best case scenario, it might be abandoned and no one's there and we can rest for the night.
That would be nice.
Really optimistic, but might as well.
You listen, we're in the middle of fucking desert. I don't know what you want from me. This is the best thing I've seen in give it about maybe 7-ish hours.
We are on rescue mission from King. Maybe I was not abandoned now, but they could be after we are here. In the name of the King.
See?
I mean, we don't have to immediately just kill anything that's in there. It could be friendly.
No, we could tie them up and let them go after we sleep.
Or we could negotiate safe passage.
So this is you cresting the dune, the sand dune. Whoever wants to, go ahead and make me a check. You can make crafting, society, or Indigo Isles history.
Crafting, society.
I'm thinking bad at all of those.
Crafting it is.
And I put the check in the chat for you.
Sorry, I rolled it on accident too fast.
We don't have anything but... No, I don't.
I'll go for a society check. Go for a nat 20. Let's see it.
I'll go for society.
I'd be +0 to that roll, so that's just great.
Well, Sil, that was a natural 20.
Holy
Yay.
shit. Did it. Hot dice.
You recognize this architecture as Girigati. And you know that Girigati were multi-ancestry, semi-nomadic of magical inventors who lived in this region until a few centuries ago. And you know that their magical devices can still be found across this area. You also know enough about Girigati that you'll get a circumstance bonus whenever should you choose to go inside this structure and investigate it.
Okay. I think this thing might be magical. We might want to be careful of any weird traps or mechanisms.
You also, I'm gonna show you this, that grazing across the greenery are these creatures.
Get zoom way in. It's like runic
Files.
Yeah,
bowls.
so there's 4
Okay.
of those. And I can show you some art. here.
Oh no.
Okay. Like spirit bison.
Spirit bison. The ruined bison.
And then there happens to be yet another much larger one.
Okay. And this is like a thunder spirit bison. It's like wolf hair.
It's like different. Oh god, it's almost like Legend of Zelda. How you can tell one's a lot more meaner compared to the other ones in like Breath of the Wild.
Definitely. It's like the elite template, but this is like.
Oh yeah.
Using Borderlands terminology, this would be like an elemental badass version of the other ones.
Yeah.
See, the first one looks cute and fluffy. The second one looks like if I touch it, I'm gonna bleed.
Yeah,
all just
less
fucked up dogs.
friendly for sure.
They're all dogs. They're all just weird dogs.
So
We know how Zaba handles dogs.
I want to kill more dogs.
I don't want to kill more dogs. Please, God, I don't.
Go back to killing humanoids.
So this is what you notice, and they haven't noticed you yet. They're all just grazing upon the grass that's just there.
You guys see these things, right? Do we really want this shelter enough to deal with them? I don't know what they are, and this is whispered.
It's not so bad out here. It's kind of shitty on my suit, but we could just keep pushing through the night if you guys feel all right still.
What do you think, Timothy? Do you know anything about these? You're usually telling us about random shit we find.
I mean, yeah, hold on. Give me a minute. Timothy's gonna I think he's probably been hiding behind the sand dune or before they actually come up. And Timothy takes a second to peek out his head just see if we can get a better view at these things. Do I need to make a roll?
Yeah, just target one and then roll me recall knowledge.
Bet. I will do just that. Give me a second here. Hey, come on. I'd like to recall knowledge. Damn you. Didn't mean to roll twice. I don't know what my dice are doing.
All right. Let's see here.
Let's find out what Timothy didn't fucking learn.
I added it to the tracker for you.
I did see that.
And what would you like to know? You get 3 questions.
I get 3? Oh, I rolled good. Maybe? Probably? Hey, okay. What's it weak to?
Question number 1. There you go.
Baller. What's it resist?
Question number 2.
Electricity 5. Okay. I'm trying to think of what other thing I want to ask because I'm looking at the things that are available to ask. And,
You could ask one of its attacks, one of its actions, one of its passives. Highest save, lowest save.
Yeah, what's highest save?
Highest save?
Yeah, highest save. Don't really know what to not fucking hit it with in the off chance this thing decides it wants to fucking hit us.
Well, there you go. You can share that information.
Okay. Let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna really butcher this thing's name. But if it's what I think it is a rune-branded Arochus?
Auroch.
Auroch. See, this is why I said I wasn't gonna do it. Praise be to the god who just said that shit and let you guys know this. Anyways. I mean, it resists electricity, from what I know. Doesn't really have any weaknesses. Got a good fortitude. It's really pretty sturdy. I don't know too much other than that, man. I don't even get the lore, by the way. Or no?
Yeah, I can give you the lore.
Without a question.
I can give you the lore.
I mean... Here... I mean... They are pretty much normally ready to tussle at any given moment, so these are things we probably wouldn't want to throw down with.
Yeah, they're pretty territorial.
Yeah.
That said, they're not like outwardly evil or anything. They're just territorial.
Yeah, they're just pretty territorial, but like, I think if we give them their space and stuff like that, we should be fine.
Are the tracks leading to the tower that they're around, or are the tracks leading around it?
Just around it. This is just kind of something that you noticed along the path.
So what's more important to us right now? Potential loot or...
And a water oasis or fresh water oasis.
That's actually really important for the survivors.
I want to eat these cows.
Eat the cows. Listen, all right, Zaba, if you want to eat the cows, just as a heads up, electricity's not going to work on these things.
I do not use magic.
Obviously. I just meant, like, I've seen your sword do funny extra damage on top of it.
Oh, it does what it wants. Syl rubbed the, guts on it one time, and now it's just crazy.
That's different guts.
It's supercharged, got it.
And whoever is trained in survival, you also notice seems to be freshwater fish in the oasis.
We have to go down there. There are fish, there are cows. We have 250 days worth of bread and cheese.
Sure.
And
I'm not
jerky.
concerned about the food, but Timothy makes a good point that it would be nice to have a safe place to send the survivors.
Okay, so you go down and try and be friendly with the cows, and when that goes bad, like always, I save day.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to deal with the animals. I don't mix well with animals.
How about you, Vesuviac? You're kind of like an animal.
Whoa.
First off, that's offensive. Second off,
I know.
I guess I could.
I can go with you, Vesuviac, if you want me to, man.
Do either of you have wild empathy? Do you take that feat?
Oh, definitely not.
What the fuck is that? What have you described to me?
Vesuviac burns down valleys. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care about small animals.
I mean...
Wild empathy lets you... Wild empathy lets you befriend animals. Use diplomacy checks against animals.
I mean,
just use nature, right?
I'm pretty good at nature. I'm really good at nature, to be fair. I got a plus 17 to that shit.
I've got a plus 14 to nature, so I could also help.
I think we're going to just go be super chill. We're going to try our best to not freak them the fuck out.
Yeah, so I think Zaba will descend to the bottom of the sand dunes so that he's not standing on a weird sand angle in case these cows decide to trample Timothy and Vesuviac. And then he's just going to stand there and wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
Let me on pause like that you guys can actually move.
I'm going to take some space away from them as well. Duck down.
Right. You ready to do this, Vesuviac?
Yeah, this is a giant map, so that's why it's a little bit slow.
Yeah, these things are 100 feet away still.
Yeah, we could try.
All right.
Well, yeah, just go ahead and who's going to do it?
I've got a plus 17.
And Vesuviac's going to aid you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Vesuviac, roll the aid. This doesn't have to be secret.
That would still that's just a normal nature roll, right?
Yes.
14 on the die for 28.
That's a success.
That's pretty nice.
And that's a +1.
I'll take a +1. And so then I roll my nature check secret or no?
Yeah, roll it secret for me.
Okay. And then just don't forget the +1 I get.
Yep.
I'm terrified. I'm going to pee my pants. I'm so scared.
You're not cursed. It's fine.
Okay. Well, let's see here. This will be I need to double check something real quick. Okay. Well, gotcha. So even with the +4 to the DC, because of it being not through wild empathy, or animal empathy as it's now called, that is still a critical success. because of the +1 from Vesuviac.
Oh my god!
Let's go!
So it was indifferent, just because it's territorial.
Mhm.
It's not unfriendly. It's just indifferent, but it's just very territorial.
Mhm.
It now becomes helpful. So, I just want Timothy to describe for me how he goes about befriending Big Boy, which is, by the way, a rune-branded Stormbringer,
Gotcha.
which is a variant of the rune-branded Auroch. This is a 4-level, because rune-branded Aurochs are level 4 creatures. This is a level 8 creature.
Yay!
So I think how Timothy does it is like he definitely feels like Vesuviac backing him up, and I think Carrie actually takes complete control over Timothy as he does this, and she actually like gives like a hushed like stay back, this might get a little hairy, and she just like genuinely just from her calming aura and just her being her, she's like, hey there, how is it going? I know this is probably a weird happenstance, but we're not your enemies, I promise. We're here to just mind our own business. We're gonna mosey on out of here, but we just need to get a second away from the desert. We come with no harm. And I think because it's Carrie doing this, she might have like some small sprouts of like just nature following her under the feet as she's giving like, you know, these creatures their space, and only like will move forward unless they give her permission or they even come close to her.
That makes sense to me.
Mhm.
All right. And the Oryx pass on through, or let you pass on through. And
I think she does a little bow when they allow that, just as out of respect.
All right. And we will end the session there with the party having full access to the door into this cylindrical tower, and we will pick it up at that point next week.
Woo!
Thank you everybody for listening. And hold on. What I will do is that the Stormbringer then will, as Carrie does a bow, the Stormbringer kind of like paws with his giant hoof, because this Stormbringer is larger than Zaba. This thing's huge. Well, it's not. It is mechanically huge. It's a 3x3. It paws at the ground, and you see one of the sheds from its horns, and that'll be the equivalent for the monster parts of all 5 of them.
Sweet.
Nice.
Since you did basically bypass an encounter through social means.
Woo! Not all encounters have to be solved through violence. Yay!
Zaba's in the background like, fuck, I wanted to kill cows. This is bullshit.
Yeah, he was ready. Someday I'll get to cleave something.
Zaba's just upset now. He's preparing a fishing rod.
Yeah, Zaba's going fishing.
No, you got a trident, dude. You're going to go spearfishing.
Yeah.
And he's amphibious. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
Underwater spearfishing.
This oasis will
Yeah,
have
no
no fish
snorkel
by the time he's
required.
done.
Like they do in Hawaii. Dude, the people who do that in Hawaii, who go like free diving.
The free breathers.
Yeah, the free diving and do the spearfishing free diving. Those people are awesome.
Well, it's crazy. Like some of the people that are like have been doing it generationally could just actually hold their breath for like 5 to 6 minutes without any like advanced training towards it. It's just part of their lifestyle, and it's nuts.
It's absolutely nuts. Anyway, if you're listening up to this point, folks, we're going to assume you're fans of the show. And if you're fans of the show, how about you do us a favor if you haven't already? Rate us on whatever podcast platform you're listening. And then it would also help out if you could leave a written review. That would be super awesome. And again, just a reminder, if you want to support us, you can support us at any level $1 and up. That'll get you access to the Hero Point submissions. And if you want to be extra helpful, we have a $5 and up tier where you get early access to the show. And I just uploaded our newest episode of Dubious Knowledge. Our $5 and up folks are going to get early access to that episode for almost 2 weeks before it hits the free feed. And that's on the final god of the Core 20, Shaylin, the goddess of beauty, love, and art. She's awesome, by the way. So that is that. Until then, may your party never end.
May your party
May your party never
May
end.
your party never end.
Bye.
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 The Jewel of the Indigo Isles Adventure Path is copyright 2023. All logos, titles, and artwork are property of Skyscraper Studios and Roll for Combat and used with permission. Pathfinder is a trademark of Paizo Incorporated. The theme music is written and performed by Robbie Whiplash.